So in this video, we're going to be setting a developer challenge for 3 iOS developers to make an app in 1 week. And then in a week's time, we're going to then judge to see who made the best app according to the challenge. And the challenge is going to be to make a course app. So it's going to have a list of courses, like a catalog of them, kind of like a Udemy kind of thing, where you can have the courses, you can sign up to the courses, you can then track your progress through them, and yeah, we'll see who can make the best version of that. To do that, we're going to be given 2 resources. So first of all, we're going to use this Json, which has got a list of the subjects and then the courses and the instructors as well and their details. And then to make it a little bit more interesting, it's going to have this JPEG as well of the little pixel dinosaur. And the idea of this is going to be that you make like an Easter egg within the app, place it in a few hidden places, and we'll see if we can find it as well. So I thought this week would be fun to better do the JSON side of things, because obviously that's a big part of app making. In the previous episode, our first challenge, which I'll link below, we actually tried Swift Data, and that was an interesting challenge to do. So we'll see how we all get on, especially with the added challenge that all 3 of us, we have full-time jobs, we have young families. So to juggle it around that obviously makes the extra challenge. Now let's run the intro, and then we're going to open to the boys and we'll get into seeing what they think of the challenge.
So evening, guys.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Mr. Tom.
Back again, Mr. Tom, Mr. Patrick and Mr. Jake.
Hello.
So first the challenge was done. Patrick came out the winner on that one, and rightfully so. Genuinely was a brilliant app, like funny and useful. But now it's our turn for the second challenge, and for that, have in mind, I'm going to send you a quick email. Basically, we need to create ourselves an educational app. So in that email, you're going to find a JSON that has basically got a list of subjects. And then inside those subjects are a bunch of courses. It's just all sample data. And then you've got the instructors in there and everything. And basically, we need to make an educational app that's going to list all of these courses in the subjects. But there's a couple of requirements. So we want people to be able to sign up to the courses. And we want people to be able to log their progress with the courses, so as they go through. So a little bit like what we had from our previous one, the Habit Tracker app. There is one more file that you'll find in there. There's a little JPEG of a dinosaur.
Yeah, a little dragon.
And what we're each going to do is use that as an Easter egg. So hide that as an Easter egg somewhere within the app. Okay, maybe twice. Let's say 2 times, 2 different Easter eggs. And yeah, we'll see who hides them the best.
How difficult do we make it? Yeah.
Can the dinosaur have Jake's head?
For you, yes.
You and my head.
Always.
So let's get this straight. So it's an educational app, and there's obviously I've seen the JSON file. So there's a bunch of courses in there, and we're making an app for people to sign up to those courses.
Yeah, right? So they can browse the courses and sign up to the courses and track their progress through the courses, kind of thing. Yeah. A little bit like almost like a Udemy app.
Okay.
Kind of thing. Yeah.
My brain's already ticking on how am I going to do this?
Yeah, me too.
I imagine my brain's thinking more like how am I going to make the progress for you? And Patrick's like, how many times can I put Jake's face in this application?
Okay, cool. So yeah, ready, set, go, and we'll see how the weeks are and how you get on.
All right, so start of the challenge of any app obviously is the design, and that's really what I've got to focus on right now. So roughly I'm sketching, let's get this up. I'm thinking of this as a basis of what we're going to do. So I'm thinking the main screen is to have, it's not focusing. If I have my face, there we go. So I'm thinking title. I really want some buttons that you kind of horizontally scroll, so it'd be like a scroll across the screen. And if you tap on them, I want it to display the courses under here to select. I think that would be a cool thing. So if I could I might just go and AI generate some images, or I might find some royalty-free images I'm thinking an image for everyone with the title. And then I'm thinking we need to get to my course, like their own personal list of courses. So I'm thinking if I have a button up here, I'll go to my courses and have some functionality up here, because I just think it's better to keep it out of the way. And then, yeah, a list of the courses, which I think should have the picture, should have the title, and then like a progress bar through. I think that's probably going to be the best thing. And then, obviously, if you click on that, that's probably got to have a screen with, I don't know, maybe get the picture up there with the title and then the description and then the instructors underneath with a button to sign up. I'm thinking this is a rough design. I'm going to go with. So we'll try this out. I'm going to start using the UI and we need to look at decoding the JSON. But I'm thinking UI first. So I might go that route.
So yeah, it's time to start challenge number 2 with Dev Wars episode 2. An educational app and a few more variables. I don't have any IDs yet, but as long as I can add this guy somewhere in there, I will be happy anyway. So yeah, at least I've started now. I don't have anything to show for it yet, but yeah, that's how it is.
Okay, so we're into Dev Wars episode 2. So I want to show you what I created so far. So this is 2 days into the process at the moment. And I've gone for sort of basic functionality right now. Very early days, this is just kind of what I've thrown together today. But you've got your current courses view, and you've got a tab view with 2 options, so the current courses view and the enroll screen. So we go to the enroll screen, and you've got your subjects here. So you've got computer science, you've got mathematics, history, blah blah blah. Now this all comes from a JSON file that Tom sent us as part of the challenge, and this is where this is all coming from. So obviously you have to decode all of that, and then it goes into here. So I need to make this more obvious and work on my UI a lot. But I was recently working on swipe gestures in terms of lists, and I really enjoyed that as part of the 100 days of SwiftUI. So in my app at the moment, you sort of swipe, it reveals this plus button. I think I'll probably change that to maybe like a graduation cap or something to enroll, more along those lines. Okay, so we're in the current courses view, but how would you see how far you've progressed? How can you get that sense of progression? So for now, what I've done is I've used a context menu. So you tab and hold, and you add this hour badge, kind of like a teacher's stamp, per se. And you can add up to a maximum of 5. Want to enroll in another course, you swipe, hit the plus, and you get the idea. And then if you've done an hour, add an hour badge, there you go, and then it saves it. There's a lot to do, but that's where we're at so far. Very basic, none of the UI is really tweaked yet, no color, no theming, no animations. I need to put the dino Easter egg in there as well, so there's a lot to do.
So I've got a brief moment just to try and work on this a little bit more, and I was going to start on the JSON. So yeah, but I actually got caught out just by a silly little mistake, and you might find this beneficial. So let's switch to Xcode. So here's our JSON that we've got. So we've got the subjects in here, the courses, the instructors, yeah, and a description and everything. Now, when you're decoding JSON, you want to make your own data structures to match this. So, for example, an instructor, you'll make a struct instructor is codable, and then we have the name and an email, which is what you've got here. And obviously these parameters here have to exactly copy what is in the course, so name, email. And then we go up, so we've got instructor, but that's an array of instructor inside of this course, which has a title, has a description, and then it's got the instructors. So again, codable course title, description, and instructors, which is an array of that instructor thing that we just looked at. Now, I got caught out because I made subjects and then everything. I forgot, looking at this, I've missed out on this bit. So I have the subject, the makeup of a subject, a makeup of a course, and a makeup of an instructor. I forgot that it itself is within an array of subjects, which just contains all of it. So I had to just make that just called subjects with an array of subjects. And yeah, for some reason that missed my attention and I got stuck on that for a good hour, trying to figure out what I'd done wrong, which was just silly. Yeah, but anyway, just pay attention to that, your JSON file. How is it structured? And just try and pay attention to how you're then going to structure your data off of that. But yeah, that's me out just for a brief moment, and I'm going to come back to this later.
Okay, quick flying update. It's Saturday afternoon. It's been a hot day here in the UK, so I've been sort of out and about today. But tonight, I'm going to get down to some animation. I've tweaked a little bit about the app. So in the sort of rectangle that's made when you add a course sort of entry, on the course view, I've made sure all the badges and everything stay nice and tight in that square. They were kind of branching out of the frame a little bit, and I thought it was quite nice having that sort of messiness of the badges where it seemed like someone's just stamped it on, but it just looked a little bit too untidy for me, so I've tidied that up, made a few UI changes. I'm going to see if I can have some sort of fun animation where once you've reached about 5 or 6 hours in your course, once you've logged the 6th hour, and maybe some confetti plays or some fireworks play or something like that. I have hidden the other dinosaur Easter egg, maybe somewhere in the add time feature, which you'll see in a minute, I'm sure, later on in the video. But yes, tonight it's just about more tidying, adding a bit more fun to it, a bit more animation, and then I've got so Sunday, maybe a little bit of Monday to do any final polishes, but it looks like we're in a good place. It looks like the app's going quite well, everything's working, so a bit more polish and we should be there.
So right, it's an early start on a Sunday and we are behind. I've got so much to do. This is ridiculous. Week completely ran away with me. So I thought I was getting ahead of it by doing little bits and pieces. But no, really got so much to do. The JSON's ready for us, which is good. Very basic UI really. But that's it. And then Saturday completely ran away with me. So, it sounds like I make excuses. This happened last time. Just the week ran away and didn't get enough time. So, back on it now. We're going to crack the rest of this out, collect everything up. We're going to get all this UI looking nice. And then we're going to try and hide this dinosaur somewhere. So, yeah, let's get to it.
It's been a really crazy and busy week, so yeah. I wrote the whole app tonight, and I probably won't win. The app at least fulfills the predetermined parameters we were supposed to meet, so that's good at least. And this is how it looks. So here's all the courses, and you can go in and see all the instructors for the courses. You can sign up for the courses, and you can tick them as finished when you are finished. The instructors do look somewhat alike though, but yeah, what can you do?
Right, so we should probably start this with just saying, Jake and Patrick, how was the week?
Jake, you want to start?
Yeah, sure. It was, but I'm sure you'll see, for those of you watching on YouTube, you'll see either previously or, in the video, you'll see how we all went. So as I was speaking to you in sort of my personal videos, it was a busy week. I had a lot to prove. I hope I'm going to prove myself today. We'll find out in a minute. I had a lot of fun doing it though, Tom. This one I really wanted to focus on the UI, which I hope comes across in my app, the sort of fun of it. There are a few bugs here and there, of course. It was a week, but it was great. I had a great time. I've been really looking forward to today and seeing what you guys have done and hearing you explain sort of the decisions you made and things like that. I can't wait.
Cool, man. Yeah, how's yours, Patrick?
Well, when we scheduled this challenge, I was like, yeah, that's perfect. I have so much time to pour into this time, which meant that I didn't start until late last night because I had too much to do. So yeah, mine is written in one evening.
That's just
Spilling
going to put the rest of us to shame, man. You know, just rubbing that in now.
Mine doesn't look good. Yours looks
man.
much better.
Will let Matt be the judge of that.
Yeah.
Yes.
And yeah, I was similar to you,
How was yours?
Patrick. No, man. So I generally I had some bits around work that I was just like, oh, I'm going to do this and this and this. I'm going to set myself up for the weekend. That's going to be like my big push.
Yeah.
And then I got to the weekend and I was like, I've just literally just left too much to do. Like I thought I was ahead. I was sort of going into the weekend kind of cocky, and then I got humbled very quickly of how much time I didn't have to actually get it into the shape you would see. Obviously, we're going to take turns for our judge this time for the second developer, but Matt Heaney, I'm saying that right as Heaney, am I?
Yes, that is right. Yeah, everyone gets it wrong. So fair play for getting it right. You've definitely got 1+ against your name for that. So nice. Off to a strong start.
I'm always happy for bonus points. No, thanks, Matt, for joining us. Really appreciate that.
Thank you for having me.
I don't know if you want to introduce yourself, like your background or anything, or.
Yeah, sure, can do. So I'm Matt. I'm a iOS engineer. I'm a contractor, so sort of bouncing between different projects, sort of going where I'm needed and what sounds fun. So sort of bouncing around, which is always good fun. Just doing a whole bunch of different projects. Been doing this for about 10 years now, which makes me feel really, really old. But I love iOS dev. It's a hobby. I turn it into a job, and I love it so much. So sort of seeing these projects is so good to see. The second you sort of reached out about getting involved as a judge in this, I was straight on it. Anything like this is good for for everyone to sort of grow. I think it's so cool that you guys do this. Thank you thank you for having me here.
No, Matt, appreciate it, man. Really do appreciate it. And how was WWDC as well? Because I was so good about it.
It was so good. I tweeted a lot about it. Like everything I did, I was like, I'm taking a selfie of this and tweet it. Took more selfies in that week than my entire life. It's so good. If you get a chance to head out there for it, it's like a different experience. I think I'm still jet lagged like 2 weeks later, whatever it is now. So that took a hit, but like no regrets. It's such a good experience. So if you get a chance, definitely head out there for it.
No, it looked awesome, man. It really did. So yeah, that's psyched to hear that. That's cool.
Nice.
Right. So, so we'll take each turn presenting what we made then. Who wants to go first? Do we do rock, paper, scissors again?
Okay. Cool. Right. So, okay, there's a lot of other, it looks like a lot of other developer screens right now. There's a lot of beta stuff on here. This is all just stuff I've been working on. That was the last challenge, that one. But, okay, so the name of the app. Well, the name of the game, as obviously everyone's seen previously in the video, was a sort of course tracking app to let people browse courses that have been fed in from a JSON file that Tom created, and then they can enroll on the course, and then they have to have some way of sort of tracking their progress. And we have to find we have to hide 2 dinosaurs, awesome dinosaurs in there as an Easter egg for you guys to find. So I'll start with the logo. I designed an app icon. It's fairly simple. It's just like a graduation hat and then a stamp kind of icon with course track written around it. It looks pretty simple. I spent too much time on that. It was good. I realized after an hour, I was like, okay, that'll do. That's fine. But I'll explain why in a minute, why that's a stamp kind of aesthetic. So you go in, you've got a brief sort of splash screen there, swipes over into the current courses view, which at the moment is blank, as we haven't enrolled in anything yet. There's a tab view down the bottom, a tab bar. So you've got current courses on the left, kind of like a relevant SF symbol, and then you've got an enroll symbol down on the right. So you swap to the enroll tab, and it opens up and it shows you the courses. It gives you a brief sort of hint at what to do. Sometimes when you hide gestures in an app, it can be difficult to actually understand how to interact with the app. You don't want to make it too difficult to actually understand how to use it. There are a few elements of that in my app, I needed to work on. So I added that swipe to enroll at the top. And as it opened there, you had sort of a little bit of a scale effect with each sort of SF symbol. It doesn't really add anything to the user experience. It was just something I wanted to add in yesterday because I was a bit bored. So I went back into the app and added it in. So you can go through and you can browse the subject here. Again, this is all fed from the JSON. And you can click into a subject and it gives you the title, the description, and who the instructors are of that. And the way to enroll in one is to either swipe all the way to the end or swipe and then hit the plus. And you can see that once you do that, there is an enrolled badge that kind of goes into the course there. And it appears on the current courses view. Now, obviously part of this was to track the course itself. So how would you do that? So in mine, this is where the gestures thing kind of comes into play. But I needed to maybe add a bit more instruction here, but it's a context menu. So you tap and hold it, opens up a context menu, and you add a 1 hour badge. So the idea is you have a certain amount of hours. I think in this example, it's 6 hours is like to complete the course. So you add that, and it's that stamp kind of thing. You know, in school, when you maybe in junior school or whatever you would call it around the globe, often a teacher would stamp your book to say, good job, you've done an hour of work, well done. So I kind of wanted that aesthetic in the grid items here. So they are a random size between obviously a fixed point. They're a random sort of orientation, and they go within the bounds of that kind of grid view. So they don't ever get too close to each other. I think sometimes they do. I've tried to set a minimum distance between them, but that's how you track it. You see your stamp card kind of thing, kind of like a passport in a way. And then when you get to the 6th hour, you get a done stamp. It also changes the color of the grid view item as well. When you add a course, you get a random color. It's just an array of colors. And when you add a stamp, it changes color every time as well. So that's that done. And then you can go through and add, if you wanted to add data structures and algorithms, you would add that as well. And that would add in, and that would have its own set of stamps. And every single time, the stamps would be in a different place whenever you add them. So it's always random. I did add one Easter egg into this place. Do I say where it is? I mean, we've had a little bit of a play around. I'll show you where it is.
Yeah. Sure.
So obviously you finished the course, so you want to celebrate a little bit when you finished it. So I added some fireworks in and the little dinosaur that says, "You're done." Speech bubble there. So I've added that. And yeah, you can just add as many. This is a scroll view as well. So, the more you add, you can scroll down and see the rest of them. And they always add in this sort of grid format, always a random color, things like that if you add that. Swipe, add it, different color, boom, add your badge. There we go. And that's basically it. There is one more Easter egg. I did the second dinosaur, and the second dinosaur was in the scroll view in here, and you triple tap. It's a triple tap gesture on the history subject, and the little dinosaur pops up there as well. But yeah, that's pretty much mine in a nutshell. I disabled dark view because I kind of like the view that it was in. I didn't have time to build like a dark mode. It's only the one orientation that it works in. But yeah, that's my vision of the course tracker app.
Right, that's great.
Any questions from the class?
Very cool. I don't know if you guys clap on these calls, but I kind of want to clap because it was really
Yeah.
I'm going to clap it.
Feel free to clap with that.
Hey,
One. That's
thanks,
brilliant.
Very cool app. I love it.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, it's brilliant, man.
Yeah.
It really is good. Especially the stamps. The stamps sell it so much.
It was difficult. I was really trying to think of how could I, because I could have done. I was thinking of a circular progress route first. Did that on a previous episode with Habit Track. I had that sort of progress view. So I just thought I had to do something different this time. I don't know. I just thought stamps. Teachers do stamps. It's a different idea, and I get to have fun making them. So yeah, there they are.
Yeah, it's well cool. That's so cool, man. It really is brilliant. That's awesome.
I now want stamps on random stuff as I'm sort of doing projects. Like there's a part of me that school kid is still in me, but I want that stamp of approval.
Yeah,
Like data structures and
why it's like
algorithms.
universal.
Right. I'll probably never get around to learning data structures and algorithms in a fun way, but give me a stamp. Oh, I'm going to read a book tonight on that. You know what I mean? So it's a woken part of me to go do some learning.
I'm glad. That's what I was going for. Of course.
Nice. I guess it's my turn then, and then we'll finish with Patrick. It's going to be a bit downhill after that. Let's see if we can think. So it's definitely a little bit of a different tact than Jake's. Not as cool with the stamps, but so with the @ symbol, I put a lot of effort into this one, just making it look symmetrical. So I thought the geometry was really good, just to sort of highlight there. But yeah, I called it Cool Sit. And basically, it's a little bit more simpler than Jake's app, but we've got each of the subjects along the top that you scroll through, and then you can select a subject, and then it'll come up with the subjects within that, which you can then expand. And then you can take the course, and then obviously you can leave it if you decided not to do it anymore. And then it would also bug number 1, the formatting here got left here. But you can basically gradually, as you go through to getting 100% of the course. Yeah, I'm trying to think if there's anything else. And then obviously we switch again, bug number 2 to this is your personal list of the courses that you're taking. But because of me misjudging my time, I didn't connect the fact that this button in here actually adds it to the array. So it doesn't update there just yet, but that's what it was going to do. Yeah. And then as regards the actual Easter eggs, it was just simply when you've got a blank view like this, you can click on, well, you're not doing any classes, but there was a secret dinosaur there, just hiding away in the view. Yeah, to be honest, actually, that's pretty much it, really, when it comes to my app of how it's got a bit more simple. But yeah, that's it, really. And then just try to stick with the radial gradients on the buttons and just animating them a little bit, just to make it so it's got some sort of styling to it, really. No,
Where did you hide your second dinosaur?
My second dinosaur was on that was on my courses. Oh, you've made me highlight a third bug. How did you do that?
This is a really secret Easter egg if you can't find it in there even.
Yeah, you can't see. So basically, it's because I've selected a subject. So because I've selected a subject, I can't actually see that this is now blank. If I went out of this, hang on a sec.
Oh.
Let's get rid of these. So if I go to that second subject, the second Easter egg would have been that there's a dinosaur there.
That's why I couldn't find it.
Oh, is that you can find that one?
Yeah, because I never tapped that before I show something.
It's a time exclusive Easter egg. You can't get that any other way. Oh man, it's okay. It's functional, but it's definitely not as cool as yours.
Can you please show my app first? Because I saw you had it on your simulator.
Oh, right, yeah.
Then you can show off the light mode. On my phone, it's dark mode all the time.
Guide us through it, Patrick. I'll click whatever you want me to click.
But just open it, and I will show it from my. So I have 2 different background colors, one for light mode and then one for dark mode. So the rest of the presentation will be from my phone in dark mode. I just wanted to show both colors. So yeah, if you stop sharing, I will try to share my phone. Yeah. There we have it. The procrastinator eliminator. I just needed a name, and I was like, whatever. So first thing you have to do is sign up. Otherwise, you can't do any courses at all. Password can be whatever. For this, it's password. And I chose not to dot it using secure field because this app will not be released. And when you sign up, you enter the main screen, where you can tap on your picture, which is not available, to update your picture. And then you can go into the courses and choose to add courses with our fabulous instructors. So you sign up for a course, or 2 or 3 with different instructors in every course.
How did you get these pictures of me?
So here's Robert Anderson, which you were missing in your simulators. Anyway, then you can go back to the main screen, and since there were 10 courses total, you just tick the ones that are finished. That's all. My app does persist everything though, so when I enter it again, last logged in user is shown. But yeah, that's more or less it for my app, except for the Easter eggs. So one Easter egg I added was Yake. Because why not? Yeah. There we have Yake. Ta-da! And I hid the other Easter eggs in the same way. But I came to the conclusion that I should have named it Dino, but I didn't, so you wouldn't have found it like that. I accidentally named it Dragon and never changed it. So Dragon, there we have it. Yay!
That's where it was.
And I added a third one as well. So yeah,
I was nearly expecting that to be a picture of me in a Santa hat.
That was the plan from the beginning, but I ran out of time. Santa was a last minute addition. So yeah, that's it for my app. It's nothing special, but it does everything it was supposed to do. It was supposed to log the progress, let you keep track of your courses, sign up for courses, and show a dinosaur. Yes.
And Jake's face.
Yeah, but that's standard in my apps.
Nice. It looks awesome. I'm all about the demo claps. I'm going to clap everyone. So awesome stuff, everyone. Very nice stuff.
Thank you.
Well done, Patrick. That was awesome, man. I guess it's over to Matt really now.
Yeah.
What he wants to,
Nice. Sounds good. So like I said, I took my role as a judge on this very, very seriously. Genuinely think I took this more seriously than some of my side projects, which I don't know if says more about this or my side projects. I don't know. But I took my notes, sort of processed them out. So before we jump into it, wanted to run through the 3 projects. I thought they was all awesome. But the first one we saw was Jake's. I thought it was really simple, really clean. The swipe to add your courses felt really natural. Gets rid of a click, which to me is very, very cool. But it's all about the stamps, right? I felt it was a very natural progress system. Unlocked a childhood memory in me, maybe a childhood need in me to get stamps. I don't know where that came from, but I wasn't expecting that on this call. I thought maybe the colors of the cards being random could be a little bit risky. Or if you kind of do a stamp and it goes red, you might think you've done something wrong. So maybe that'd be a nice sort of way to go from a beginner color up to like a rewarding green color. So maybe there's something there, but I did think that card in general would make a very cool widget with your stamps there on your home screen. So that's a good chance there. Also, a big shout out for the Easter egg being in the history subject. That joke kind of wrote itself. So nicely dinosaurs making an appearance in history. So very cool on that one. Then it was Tom's app. I thought it was a really clean design. I love that horizontal menu to sort of swipe between your courses and your subjects. Pretty cool to use. And I love the extra secret, super hard to get Easter egg, which even yourself couldn't find. That one is for the diehard app fans. So nice for them to grab an Easter egg at all. And then finally, it was Patrick's app. I thought, did you say this took you 1 night to make, by the way? I was checking my notes.
Yes.
Have I written that down wrong? That's kind of wild. The login screen was really cool. Dark mode for 1 night is fair play. Big respect for that. The images of the instructors was really nice. It added a really nice personal feel to the courses. I know the images you used maybe too personal for those for the courses, but that was cool. And also loved the Easter eggs in there. Felt quite nice being for the login screen to get there. It was lovely to see Santa in there, I thought. I am sat in a very, very hot office. I am boiling in this room. So I did not expect to see Santa today. Also for Santa, it's great for him to get work this time of year. So fair play to Santa. So big for him. Nice. But all apps I thought were really, really cool. It was hard to pick a winner. But for me, for the winner, it's all about the stamps. So it's gotta be Jake's app. It's gotta be. I think all were good, but that one stands out.
Thank you.
Definitely.
Well deserved. Your app was amazing, Jake.
Finally.
Yeah, definitely.
I had so much to
definitely
live up
winning
to
that.
from last time. As the YouTube audience will tell, I didn't do so brilliant on the last one. It wasn't terrible, but it wasn't great. So I tried to spend a little bit more. But yay. Thank you, Matt. Thank you very much.
Awesome stuff.
Man, yeah. Well done. Congratulations. That is very well
Thank
deserved.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Those pictures
appreciate
from Patrick's app will haunt me for a while. So, although I've taken the win from this video, I've also taken a few horrors as well.
I thought you wanted those pictures as your prize for the win.
I'll take it.
yes.
Yeah.
There will be a collage of all of your different aliases heading to you very shortly on a canvas.
See, it's
I
bizarre,
can't
right? 'Cause I
wait.
prepped the prize for the winner, and it was exactly that. What are the chances of that?
What are the chances?
So it was just a natural thing to happen with this kind of app. This is okay. And Matt,
that is very
really
much
appreciate you jumping on here and spending the time to look at our 3 silly apps, basically, and
Yeah.
having some feedback on it. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Thanks very much, Matt. Really appreciate you sort of coming in and having a look at our crazy ideas.
It's all good. Thank you for having me. Keep up the good work. Like, this is really good stuff to see. So, awesome stuff. And thank you again for having us on the call.
No,
Thank
man,
you.
always welcome. Genuinely, it's really cool. And is there anything that you're working on at the moment? I mean, people might know you like on Twitter. To be fair, before they see this video, like more likely to know you on there than this video, maybe. So, if there's anything you're working on, or anywhere people can like see what you're working on and stuff, or
Yeah, maybe a couple of bits. Some things I might not be able to say in the contract I'm in, but I guess one of the things I'm sort of doing now is the Swift 24 monthly hackathons. So I'm trying to do this thing where once a month people sort of come together and take some time out across a 24-hour space. You haven't got to do the full 24 hours. I tried that once. It does not end well. So any sort of time within the 24 hours to make something you're passionate about and work like together in the community, cheer each other on. So that's probably, in terms of the side projects, probably my main focus for now. I tweet about it quite a lot, almost spam about it, that level of tweets. But if you see that, it would be great to see you at one of those events.
man, that'd be awesome. Yeah, and we'll link it. Have you got a link, a website, or?
Yes, I can ping you some bits over for it.
I'm going to link that down below. So anybody who's interested in that and watching that, we'll link all of the stuff down below, and you can check that out. That would be awesome.
So congratulations, Jake. I mean, honestly, you did a fantastic job. That stamps feature just made the entire app, hands down, was the best feature. And no one noticed it, or well, noticed it, they didn't mention it, was the background that you chose as well. Genuinely, just a really cool style for the whole app. Like, genuinely, it was really, really good design choice. So, congratulations, Jake. Look, you've made the leaderboard up with Patrick, so you've got 1-1. See if I can try and catch up on the third round, shall we? But if you've watched this far, please comment below of which one was your favourite. I think most are going to side with Jake, because it, again, like I said, the styling of it, the make of it was great. Functionality, perfect. So, yes, let us know what you think. And also, can you do us a little favour? Comment below of things that you would like to see us challenge. So APIs you think we should try and do, either learn or challenge, or different types of app that you think would be fun to make. So comment that below, because we might use those suggestions in future challenges. But thank you so much for watching. Please do subscribe. Please tick the like if you found this useful or entertaining in any way. And yeah, stay tuned for more challenging videos. And as a last thing, obviously, I want to say thank you to Matt for being able to be our judge. Really appreciate him taking the time to do that. And everything that he mentioned is linked below. So please do check out all of those links as well. But thank you guys. Appreciate you watching. We're going to see you again next time.